Eagles on a win on Senior Day, man. Man, 30 seniors today played their last game out there. And everybody hadn't been here the entire time, but 5 guys have been here really since we've been here. 2 guys have been here since the year before. But 5 guys left this place 21-4 at Ford Stadium. Wow. And in 2 years in the ACC, you've yet to lose a home game. Here. Hey, all that means is we still playing for something. Yeah. All right. No matter what happens tonight, next week, we're in it on the final Saturday in November for a chance to go to Charlotte. You put yourself in that position.
Yes, sir.
So, we're going to celebrate like crazy. That's what those 11 a.m. kicks get you. All right? And when we wake up tomorrow, we got a really good football team in California. All right? A really good football team. Complete team, offense, defense. They're going bowling already. We got to go right through them. All right? Now, a lot of guys have been here a long time and can break this thing down. I say in 18 years of coaching, I don't know if I've ever had anyone who embodies a team player and a great teammate more than this guy. Stone Evie.
I've been with Epic for 9.5 years.
And I'm Madison. I've been with Epic for 4.5 years.
And I'm Bill, and I've been here for 21 years.
We are so excited to introduce the podcast today.
This is the Walking Strong podcast with Bill Armstrong and Billy Embody.
The wine of the week this week is the Zinfandel. This is our all-American wine, and it's going to pair perfectly with your Thanksgiving dinner.
We have 2 fun events that we're hosting this weekend. Friday, we'll be here at Epic from 4 to 6 p.m. with a special tasting with the Armstrongs present. And then on Saturday, we're going to be up at Berkeley for a tailgate from 2 to 4:30. Go Ponies.
I love it. So do you guys prefer to call it Berkeley or Cal?
Oh, Cal probably.
Cal probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Berkeley always has like a political connotation to it. Doesn't it? Every time you hear about craziness, you hear Berkeley's name, but when you hear like a really good California university, you hear Cal.
Definitely.
Cal.
Yeah.
I think it's
well,
right.
and you know, our winemaker, Jordan Fiorentini, her daughter goes to Cal.
Daughter goes to Cal.
So we'll be having some friendly rivalry this
weekend.
weekend.
I wonder who she's rooting for.
I don't know. Is it the place that takes all your money or the place that makes all your money? No, I'm gonna go with SMU for her.
Yeah. So I predict a win for SMU this weekend.
Oh, for sure. I
Yeah.
predict a win for SMU, 31-14.
Ooh, okay.
Like that score.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a perfect score. All right, ladies, thank you so much, and we'll see you Friday, and we'll be sure to see you Saturday.
Yes.
Okay?
Can't wait.
Okay.
This is the On the Pony Express podcast, hosted by Billy Embody, brought to you by Epic Estate Wines. Walking strong on the Pony Express, a weekly segment with SMU alum, owner, vintner of Epic Estate Wines, Bill Armstrong. Epic Estate Wines, world-class wines from Paso Robles wine country. Learn more, Epic, EPOCH, epicwines.com. And now your host. Billy Embody. 1, 2, 3, let me go.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Walking Strong with Bill Armstrong. I'm Billy Embody.
Hey, Billy, good to see you, baby. I am actually in California. I'm actually in the barrel room, this 160-year-old barrel room up here at Epic. And this This is a beautiful place. Everybody should come see this thing. By the way, there's my, Mustangs are great again. We need to change the hats to Mustangs are really great again. I mean,
Marga.
Marga hat. I'm wearing this fluffy jacket. It's not because it's freezing cold in here, although this barrel room is about 60 degrees because this is where we carry some of our wine. But this is our harvest jacket. We just finished harvest this year in the 2025 visit. And like the SMU season, it might go down in history, 2025. It was the longest harvest in the history of Epic from start to finish, and is also the biggest harvest from as far as just number of cases. So, we just finished, which is hard to believe that you're finishing harvest right before Thanksgiving. Normally it's done before Halloween. So very, very good vintage, and it's going to be super good. Watch for this vintage coming forward. By the way, did I brag about my incredible wine scores last week? I did, didn't I?
We did. We did.
Number 53 in the world on the Wine Spectator, number 33 in the world in Wine Enthusiast. And I'm just saying that not to brag on Epic, but to let everybody know that when you buy an Epic wine, you're getting some of the best in the world. So I am psyched. I'm psyched about this week's podcast. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. This is like a fine wine. It seems like this SMU team. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
There's
Are you drinking the Zen?
I am in our epic glasses from the tailgate earlier this year. So
love it. Well,
cheers to that.
Thank you for Becky and Madison for introducing. But wine snobs will tell you that the quintessential varietal for a California wine is Zinfandel, and a lot of us tried White Zin. That was like one of our first wines we ever tried. This ain't that. This is really good red wine, and it pairs perfectly with Thanksgiving meal. I mean, people always say it goes with cranberry sauce better than anything, and goes with pumpkin pie better than anything. So for this week, and dude, we have a lot to be thankful for.
Yes.
I mean, not just SMU, but we're very thankful for that, but with so many other aspects of our life. I'm very thankful for our friendship and our podcast. We're now on our 51st episode. Nobody said it would last past one. So here we are. It's still having a ball. So, hey, man, let's talk about football. You want to?
I would be very thankful to talk about some very meaningful SMU football.
I am unbelievably psyched about where we're at. All right, so here's what I would like to do as far as our run of show, if you're okay with this. It's almost pretty typical. I want to talk about the game, if that's cool with you. I want to talk about the seniors, which is sad for me, but happy, sad. I want to talk a little bit about parity and Coach's Carousel just because it's so ridiculous. And then let's talk about SMU's pathway to the ACC Championship and then beyond, possibly.
Yes.
And then let's talk about the upcoming game against Cal. Does that work for you?
Let's do it.
Work for you? Okay, well, I cannot tell you how fucking awesome that game was this weekend. I mean, it is the kind of game that you kind of dream about.
It was.
I mean, it started off awesome. First of all, the weather was perfect. I mean, even though it was an early game, weather was perfect. We had all the senior celebration, which was, I thought, magical. Dude, I thought I was going to see you cry. I mean,
there's some of those guys, man. It was like last year's group where you've been covering them as recruits and you've really gotten to know. I think as SMU has risen up into where it is now, we've gotten to know a lot of these parents more because they're around more. We go to more games because there's been ACC championship game. There's been AAC championship. There's been meaningful bowl games. There's been the college football playoff. We've been on the road more. And so you get to see people and meet people. And, you go back to the high school days when I've known some of these guys and man, just time flies. Like I can't believe Isaiah Smith walked on senior day, for example. Isaiah Wacobia walked on senior day. Ahmad Moses. I mean, those are three that right off the bat.
I still look at RJ Maryland as a boy.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he says, I'm a senior. I'm like, what? You got to be kidding me. It seems like you just came here. It's just, and then that's not to take away anything from, say, TJ Harden, who's become, and I have become really good friends. And of course, Matt Hibner, I mean, the stud muffin himself is just like, in his family. I remember meeting them at a practice. And there he was with his mom and his dad, his brother and his sister. And I was meeting them, and I'm like going, wait, you're transferring from Michigan to SMU? And, and he's like, yeah, I like the life after ball. I like Dallas. I like real estate, blah, 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 blah. And bam, here we are. And he's probably going to the show. I think he's probably going into the NFL. Don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so actually of all those names you mentioned, I think Isaiah might make it into the big show. I think Wacobio might make it to the show. Moses has the nose for the ball in a strange kind of way that he might actually make. So, I mean, to think that we brought him in as puppies and are graduating as like purebreds, it's really, really cool. So, I don't know. The opening of that game, by the way, I hope you showed that one little video I picked with showing off how great hydrocarbons are with all the fire coming out.
Of course.
Because it showed, this, to me, that just showed the kind of the emphasis of it all, and it was fucking brilliant. So incredible. And well, we've already skipped item 1 to go to item 2. Let's go back to item 1. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game, because it was the kind of game you dream of, and that once it started, we haven't had a good first possession all season.
Yeah,
and we just go bam, 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 right down and score. And you think to yourself, okay. By the way, Louisville is a good team, dude.
Yeah, really good roster. Yeah,
they're really, really good athletically. They've had 3 total losses on the season for a grand total of 8 points. Think about that. So it's a little bit like SMU. We've lost 3 games, and the 3 games that we've lost, we led in the fourth quarter. We completely had a fluky loss to Baylor and an even flukier loss to Wake Forest.
Right.
And a little bit Louisville was kind of in that same boat, where, but for, the fate of the gods, you're walking into the game last week being 10-0,
right,
as opposed to we were both 7-3 and whatever it was, 6-1, 5-1 in conference, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody talked about the fact that Louisville came in flat. They're a good fucking team.
Yeah.
And
they lost 2 games by a combined 4 points. Like it's not,
And they just had that heartbreak, overtime loss to Cal, which we can't look at going into our next game. And then they had that just ridiculously, their version of the Wake Forest game was their game against Clemson.
Right.
Where they got like 8 personal foul penalties in the fourth quarter and
missed field goals,
missed extra point, So, so they come in town, and listen, they're beat up, but we've been kind of beat up all season. So when people tell me like, oh, well, you didn't get Louisville's best, you know what? Nobody's been seeing our best all season either, because we've had KJ's been injured, and Jordan Hudson's been injured, and Logan Parr's been injured, and go down the list. So anyway, but this is the first game that I would say that we played well on all 3 aspects of the game. I mean, our offense had almost 500 yards. Yeah. Defense holds them to 100 yards passing, which, by the way, is absolutely rare. I mean, we hold them to 12 first downs in the game.
And two of those pass plays were, 30 yards or so for Louisville to let's see, 28 and 26. So half their yards through the air came on 2 plays. The other 10 completions were for 50-something yards, 40-something yards. So the defense really, really stepped up. They got after Deuce Adams. And on the flip side, Kevin Jennings had his 3rd straight 300-yard passing game as he moved into second spot all time at SMU in terms of passing yards or total total offense. So, or both. So he's moving up the ranks. He's going to finish out.
Who is he behind on that ranking?
He passed Chuck Hickson for passing yards.
Okay.
And he passed Tanner Mordecai he's been passed. No, yeah. So he passed Tanner Mordecai last game, or maybe the game before, on total offense. So, and he's second in.
Who's ahead
of Ben Hicks.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben Hicks.
Ben played a ton of ball in that SMU offense with Cortland Sutton, and Trey Quinn, and James Prochet, and all those guys. So
Ben, ignore that pick six I threw Hicks. It's just
it was a different era, man. Like, they had to score so many points to win. They had to score so many points to win every single game. So,
speaking of not having to score a lot of points, I mean, we hold Louisville to 6.
Yeah, and shut out the second half.
And by the way, if you would have told me after week 4, the Baylor game and the TCU game, that our defense is now going to be really strong, I would have said, I don't know what you're smoking, but I want some of it. I mean,
well, at least you're out in California now, so you got that's when we should.
Totally legal here. I could tell you a whole story about a neighbor that tried to start putting in a freaking marijuana farm near us. The whole neighborhood went wild against that shit. Anyway, so I don't even know how to spread out my player of the game, because it was equally distributable, I would say. Jay Hudd had a typical, amazing game.
Balling out.
He's been balling. TJ Harden is just kind of like, you know what? I'm going to show you guys that I am not only a absolute wrecking ball, but I've got other skills as well. So, Barker played amazing on defense.
Yep. Barker and Booker.
Yeah. And did I say Barker?
But it's Booker. I know who you're talking about. Brandon Booker.
Yeah, sorry
Brandon
about
Booker
that.
really had a huge game.
Anyway, but Ahmad Moses. Ahmad Moses. You know what? I want the DJ at the SMU game, so every time he makes a tackle or does something, to play that Elton John little clip. Ahmad Moses. Well, anyway,
that's what they need. It's like a walk-up song for baseball, or a goal-scoring song in hockey. Whenever certain guys score, they get a little honor and pick out their custom goal song. Ahmad Moses grabs an interception, play the song.
Play it.
And
Come
then
on,
go
Elton
into
John.
club takeaway.
Come on, Elton John. But I'd have to say my player of the game, I have to give it to Kevin, because
he's playing.
I mean, the guy is that one play where he rolled out right and then just did an about face, ran clear across the field, and then they had that little shovel pass to TJ Harden, was absolutely what I love most about KJ. That was everything. And it's what we haven't seen from him that much this year because of his injury. And I'm just thinking he's getting healthy and he's getting happy and he's moving around the way we know he can. And so, by the way, dude, what are we now in the last 2 years? Are we 15-1 in league play, or is it 14-1?
14-1 in November.
14-1
over Rhett Lashley's career at SMU. 14-1 in November, and in ACC play, or in conference play, however you want to look at it. Conference play under Rhett Lashley, 27-4.
Oh, that's going to the one season. Yeah.
Yep. That's all the way back. So SMU is now, what would it be? 14-1 in conference play over the last 2 years, I think, because they've got one.
Yep. And the one game we lost was by 6 inches to Wake Forest on that record-breaking field goal, to last second walk-off field goal. I mean, dude, think about it. If we don't, I hate to play these kind of what-if games, but if we don't have that and we don't have the Baylor game, we're probably top 10.
Oh yeah, and look, I mean, this is such a different world, because if Georgia Tech hadn't gotten screwed against Wake Forest hadn't gotten screwed against Georgia Tech, they're already out of it, in a sense. I mean, there's all sorts of, different moments, not only for SMU, but over the course of a season, that when you let them get to those key moments, they will either come back to bite you or you'll get a little bit of luck. And SMU just hasn't. I mean, lately they're taking care of their own business. Like they're not leaving it up to that.
We're not having a UVA kind of a season where they're kind of getting lucky. And I with all due respects to the SAT boys of UVA, I mean, they've had one of those seasons where just everything's kind of gone right for them.
100%.
And I think there's a chance that we're going to play them in the ACC Championship in 2 weeks. And I mean, I would way rather be SMU going into that game than be UVA into that game. Just saying.
And that is all thanks to Pitt at the moment, for SMU having that chance to be able to clinch this weekend.
My God. I mean, think of it. We left the game, and by the time Liz and I got up in the air flying to the winery, it was 28-0 in favor of Pitt. I could not believe it, because we know that we needed some help.
Right.
And, and here comes Pitt. I mean, I never have thought Georgia Tech was that good, with all due respects to, let's say, Eric McLean and Kelly Gramlich. Georgia Tech wasn't impressing me all season. They just really weren't.
Their defense really struggled.
And boy, Pitt showed it, didn't they? I mean, they just came in like a house of fire, and it was a bit kind of a beatdown, in Georgia Tech. And by the way, just you probably don't know this, but the cost for a room in Charlotte dropped by about 50% within an hour at the end of that game, because my kids were like booking a room in Charlotte, and they said, "Oh my God, the cost just went down!"
I was able to snap up a couple of rooms. I supreme confidence over here, and also trying to get out ahead. We've been booked since September, my friend. We've not lost hope. We've got flights, we've got hotels. We're ready to bring the show on the road if SMU takes care of business. I'm just saying, none of those things are of any sort of locked in. But you watch that Pitt game, and Pitt is very similar to SMU last year. They made the change at quarterback, and they've taken off. And because of those early losses, they're not getting the credit of how good they've been in ACC play. And they finally gotten a chance to prove it, and they showed why against Georgia Tech. And if I enjoy watching Pitt, and actually, Rhett, you probably haven't seen, maybe you have seen this at the time of recording, but Rhett said today that back when he was at Auburn, Pat Narduzzi was the coach at Michigan State, and they beat somebody, and I hadn't had a chance to even look it up, but they beat somebody that really helped them then go to the national championship. So he was like, Pat Narduzzi, the Pitt coach, has kind of been on our side for a minute. So
hey, you know what? I love, the football gods, how they work in mysterious ways. Talk about mysterious ways. I know we're all over the map here, but let's talk about a mysterious way. Cal fires their head coach.
Yes. I could not.
I mean,
I could not believe that.
And here's the tangent I want to go down. And I'm sorry if this is a dirt road, but the job he replaced. So he's been at Cal for 9 years. He replaced that motherfucker Sonny Dykes at Cal.
It's a long time to change the culture, right?
I mean, and I told everybody that I wouldn't talk about Sonny much this year, but this is just too much of a softball for me to lay off of it. I mean, Sonny leaves Cal literally like tarred and feathered.
Yeah, he did.
He was 19 and 30 in his 4 years when he was at Cal. And by the way, he only spent 3 years at La Tech. That was his time as his head coach. 3 years at La Tech, 4 years at Cal. Then he comes to SMU and spends 4 years there. And then, of course, stabs us in the back, shanks us. By the way, he goes from Berkeley, Cal, and he is going to purgatory or worse. He's never going to get another job in major college football. And my buddy, Gary Patterson, throws him a lifeline because of his friendship with Sonny's dad. Spike Dykes. Sonny, being the Nepo baby that he is, Nepo baby, that Nepo mother baby that he is, was the offensive coordinator, or not a coordinator, but an offensive consultant, analyst for TCU. And while he was there, he was doing this Game of Thrones thing where he was undermining Gary Patterson when Gary Patterson wasn't looking with the athletic director. And then he crawls to SMU begging for a job, saying he would walk across broken glass because SMU has always been his favorite team, blah, 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 blah. And then he, of course, shanked us and went across town, lied to us in more ways than you can count. For TCU, and I'm telling you this, but for a snap hook by that kicker from Houston last week, Sonny would be on his way to Cabo. He'd be serving margaritas at a local bar, as his job. So I'm just saying that's a long transition for when Wilcox got fired at Cal to give me an opportunity to rail yet against that mother, what. And so was that too much of a diversion there, Billy? I'm sorry.
No. That's why I took you single there. I was just letting it roll because that was exactly what the people pay, quote unquote, to hear on this podcast. So you're just giving the people what they want.
What they want. Good wine, good smack talk, damn it.
For our hundreds of fans.
Our hundreds of fans. Although the dozens, they deserve their special place. Actually, we're almost up to thousands of fans. I can tell you some stories about how this podcast is kind of starting to get picked up on a lot of levels. Something called iHeartRadio called us up and said, "Hey, you're getting so many podcasts hit. Do you want to start advertising on?" Which is cool, dude.
Breaking news.
I haven't. I just heard that from Becky here. So anyway, and it's also fun because it's starting to get picked up by the whole ACC deal. They're actually starting to buy some Epic wine. And by the way, if you're in the ACC conference and you haven't had Epic wine, then whoop, you are get ready to live. The 3 schools that you absorbed into the ACC, you could probably drop 2 of them, but you don't want to be dropping SMU right about now because we have earned our spurs, baby. We've been here for 2 years, and we're now barring a absolute meltdown on Saturday, we're going to be going back to the ACC Championship. I mean, think about that. I mean, that is, and this time we're not going starry-eyed. We're not going to essentially Clemson's basically home crap.
Home away from home. Yeah.
Home away from home. We're going in there, and we're in it to win it.
Yeah.
We're in it to win it. And we're not going in there saying, holy shit, I'm just glad to be here. No. We're going there to say, no. We are the best team in the ACC right now. I don't care what they say about Miami. Yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, I love
the team that's playing the best right now is SMU.
It is SMU. And damn it, I want some, I kind of like it that we're getting, because fuck them. You know what? Let's rally the wagons in a circle. We are SMU and we're going again. And we're going to be, because we're not getting the love. I mean, even Eric McLean and Kelly Gramlake over there on their show, they're hardly even giving us like even any lip service about being good. They talk about Pitt and they talk about Miami, and there's SMU too. And I don't know,
just hanging around.
My entire career, I've been an underdog, and I like it. And we are coming in the way we're coming in, and damn it, you can't stop us now. Our defense is good. And we have, so much speed. Yeah. And KJ's good. Our backs are getting good. By the way, that Shadur run, how great was that? Shawty's run. I mean, was that just unbelievable? I mean, it was just like, and he had a miserable week. Didn't he totaled his car, and he had been knocked out on his feet against Boston College. And he comes here and shows that run. That's great.
And you can tell, and not many people might have noticed this on Twitter or anything like that, but the amount of support that SMU's coaches and players were sharing on his touchdown run, like when they posted the video, it's just really cool to see some of these storylines that we are watching unfold with this team. You know, you can have a Brandon Booker who's from Dallas becoming this major name on the defense, or Brandon Maiazono right next to him, you know, to go along with an Alex Kilgore. But then you have the kind of legitimate last man on the roster addition, the first day of class, basically, Shotty Clayton Johnson from New Orleans by way of UNT and Colorado and Tulane, and ends up being somebody that, look, arguably could get a little bit more burn because he's got fresh legs. But just having those moments for him, it's just really cool the way this team supports each other.
You know, I didn't realize it until just you said that we have those two linebackers named Brandon. We should be and having the quote along with
make the hat, make the
Moses. Let's go, Brandon.
I do, yeah.
So much fun. Let's go, Brandon.
What? Brandon Booker was at one point going to be playing his college football in California. He was going to be playing for Stanford. He ended up decommitting and ending up at SMU. So thankfully he did. DeSoto, same high school as James Prochet.
James Prochet, which, by the way, had a really nice game this past weekend. You know, James is now on the first team starting and caught 4 balls this weekend. Love you, James.
Yeah.
All right. So we've already gone through pretty much our list with the exception of talking about what Cal's going to bring to the party. Okay, we did talk a little bit about Coach's Carousel because we talked about Wilcox.
Yeah.
There's really nothing new on kind of, you know, the Lane Kiffin front.
Yep.
And
Virginia Tech.
Oh yeah.
Hiring James Franklin. That's a good thing. They come to Dallas in 2027, by the way. So
okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah, I think UVA needs to be careful about Virginia Tech. I
Yeah.
mean, Virginia Tech gave Miami a game this past week, and so
the
I don't know. I'm just saying
the Virginia Tech Virginia rivalry has not been much of one lately. UVA has won once over the last 5 meetings. That's back in 2019. They got the win. Their last win before that was 2003. So they've won two. They've won 2 times in the 2000s. So
wow.
That's I'm trying to think of, you know, it's kind of like SMU kicking down the door at Memphis. You know, when
Right.
SMU won the AAC. You know, there are certain things you've got to do. This UVA team, despite being at home, I mean, just be careful. I don't want to see SMU face Pitt and Mason Heinschel the way they're playing right now. I just don't want to see it.
Listen, I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm just saying, we've already beat Miami once. I don't want to have to play Miami twice, just because that's just kind of like one of those juju games. But I agree with Pitt. Your comment on Pitt. I'm not afraid of UVA. I'm not afraid of Pitt. I'm not afraid of Miami. But
we're just looking to get in here. You just get into the playoffs.
We're just looking to get in, and we're gonna. Okay, are we gonna back our way into the college football playoffs? I think we're going to, dude. I'm just saying.
That's not backing their way in. That's going and taking it. I don't want it. The backing the way would be losing this weekend. Yeah, they're taking it right now.
Right.
And I know what you mean. I know what you meant by that. Yeah.
I mean, only because we haven't gotten any respect. So I'm just like, respect. It's like, you know what? We're going to do our business this weekend. We're going to then win in Charlotte. And then who knows? We're going to play, I don't know, Oregon or maybe Ole Miss, maybe Texas Tech.
Maybe Oklahoma.
Think about that. How much fun. I mean, come on.
Full circle moment.
I mean, Mustang Mania, Mustang Nation. Tell me you guys are not having a great time right now. I mean, it's just like, how can we not have a great time right now? I mean,
just enjoy it and like be confident in what this team is doing. I don't see them having any sort of misstep at Cal. I think Cal is going to play hard.
Yes,
but
they're good. They're good.
But eventually, if SMU can get up and kind of ride the wave like they did against Louisville, Cal will shut it down and make some maybe business decisions as they get ready for their next coach.
I tell you what, and if anybody at Cal happens to be watching this who is a player, there's an awesome opportunity for all you good players to transfer. It's a better school. It's a better town. I mean, it's not in Oakland. It's not with all the craziness in Cal. Oh my! You can come to, and they embrace football in Texas.
Yep.
In California,
Ask TJ Harden.
Ask TJ Harden. I mean, they don't embrace football anymore in California. It's become too woke. It's become too much like, it's going to cause you a concussion, or I wouldn't want my boy to play it or whatever. But in Texas, you look at it as a way up and out to good things. And by the way, if I mentioned the fact you've got to watch this show called Landman. Oh my God, it's just so good. It is so good because it embodies Texas so much.
Yep.
And it kind of makes fun of TCU a little bit, which is kind of fun too. But okay, so tell me what to expect from Cal. Okay, we're
don't even try to pronounce the name of their quarterback, full name. I just everybody calls him JKS or Sagapatelli, which isn't that bad. But he is a true freshman. He was a 5-star. He originally signed with Oregon, and then once Oregon, I think, added a quarterback or did something else, he transferred and ended up at Cal and is having a huge season for a true freshman. Like, he's going to, if Cal can keep him, be one of the top quarterbacks in the country coming back next year. And then their secondary is allowing under 200 yards per game. So it is a really interesting test. They are, in my opinion, a team that just couldn't consistently play well enough in league play because they got off to a 4-1 start. And people were like, oh, wow, look at this. They had lost Jay Knott, their talented running back, but they had lost Fernando Mendoza off last year's team.
Yep.
And here they are, 4-1 to start on the back of JKS. So then they completely fell off, though. And that's why Justin Wilcox, even though they've, gotten to bowl eligibility, just 2 wins over their last 6 games. So, and including, Andrew Luck and Stanford. I say Andrew Luck and Stanford, it is his program, but they beat the tar out of them. And you can force turnovers and do all those things and make it look lopsided. But man, Stanford just played so much harder than Cal. And I think that's why they ultimately just pulled the ripcord and decided to make a move.
Well, I don't know much about Justin Wilcox other than the fact that his record is substantially better at Cal's than Sonny Dykes.
Now that is true. That is true.
It is
We'll
true.
ride with that. We'll ride with that.
So anyway, I am so psyched for this weekend. I wish you were going to be with us, brother. You're going to miss out on some serious fun here at Epic. So Friday night, if you happen to be in town, let's definitely come by the winery. We'll party a little bit here. And then Saturday, there's going to be a hell of a tailgate.
Yeah.
I think we have already 200 RSVPs for the tailgate. It was 100 until like about 4 days ago, and then it just literally just ballooned up because of the wind. And weather's going to be perfect. And Cal Berkeley is a beautiful campus. If you've never been there, you need to see it. It's really one of the better institutions in our country as far as a university. It really is. I make fun of it. And I talk about Berkeley being crazy and all the nut jobs there and everything. It is a good, great school. It really is. Yeah. And it's beautiful. You'll be shocked at how much topography is on campus. We'll be there at the tailgate, warming up for the game. It's a great kickoff for us, 5:00, which is fine. We have a good kickoff time this year, which is great. And big fun, man. Let's get it done at Cal. And then let's start thinking about what's next. I don't want to jinx anything, but let's think about what's next.
We're not saying anything, but just remember what fun we had Saturday last year in Charlotte, and we'll see if maybe that can be tuned up again.
That was really, really fun. So everybody in Mustang Nation and our dozens and dozens of fans, actually blowing up to thousands of fans. You know what? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We have so much to be thankful for. We live in the greatest country maybe in history, in the world. And I love this holiday season. I love it. I think having a holiday just to give thanks for our providence and our lives and our families, and I love it. By the way, our grandson this weekend, I think he's in the first grade, and he had to say what he's most thankful for, and he says, number 1, family, number 2, Jesus, number 3, football. Is that Texas or what?
Yes, I love it. I love it. And look, hey, because of the way SMU is rolling, we're going to have a lot of football to be thankful for years to come as well,
Absolutely.
which is important too. So
we are
I'm
just
so thankful for you and Liz, and hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. And to all of our fans out there, what a week and weekend this can be for SMU. So looking forward
Pony
to
up. Go Mustangs. I'm so psyched. Thank you, Billy. Love you, man.
Yep. Love you too, brother. And thanks for listening to this edition of Walking Strong, everyone. We'll catch you next week. Might be a big one. Talk to you then.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the On the Pony Express podcast with Billy Embody. Follow us on your socials on X at SMU on3 and on Instagram at on3SMU. And keep it locked to ontheponyexpress.com for more coverage.